then I get this question a lot of. I mean, each time this question comes, I'm always like, it sounds funny, but then that's just the truth. If I'm not in data, or if I have the opportunity to work out of data now, I think I'll just do farming.
Interesting. Well, engineering. I studied engineering, and engineering has always been something that's been a dream of mine since I was a little girl. I already knew. Although, you know, Nigerian parents, they will say, oh, I'm studying medicine, but I always knew I wanted to study engineering. And fun fact, I attended Unilag, and I never wanted to attend Unilag. And the clause that made me pick Unilag, my mom said, if you go to the school you wanted to go to, you must study medicine, because she wanted me to be a doctor. But if you go to Unilag, you can study whatever you want to study. And I really loved it. Thank you, Mom.
If I'm not in the data space, I probably will be lecturing right now. Yes.
If I have to choose between traveling the world for free for a year or $50,000 and use it however I want, I would rather choose $50,000 because there's a whole lot I can do. $50,000, I can invest the money and get more cumulative interest over time that would afford me the flexibility to do everything I want.
I'm sorry, I'll travel around the world. I'll travel around the world, thank you.
50K, please.
Data skill that I think is overrated. I think it might not be a data skill, but I'll call it overanalyzing things, like what you call analysis paralysis, right? I think it's something that's common in data space. Sometimes you can overanalyze something and you lose the value that you want to get out of the data, right? So I think that's kind of overrated, if I'm allowed to use that word. But what I think is underrated in data space is communication. We've talked about this in one of our episodes. Being able to effectively communicate all your technical jargon, permit me to use that word. All right, so yeah, communication is very, very important, because if you are not able to communicate all the mechanic work you've done, nobody cares, nobody knows what you've done, nobody can see your sweat. So yeah.
I think my other colleagues have answered that question. I'll just skip that. Thank you.
Data skill that is overrated. So I think the if it is data skill, for analysts now, I would say maybe dashboarding. People are always going gaga about, okay, I want to have a dashboard. I just want to design one beautiful dashboard, that will be used, even if the dashboard is not going to really make any sense to the stakeholders. So they just keep on, to just analyze, and they just want to have a dashboard with beautiful charts, with colorful charts like that, without considering the underlying data and the intention, which is to bring out actionable insights from your data. So it's one thing that I feel like many people are always going gaga about, that you want to be a data analyst or a data something, and just want to give us that beautiful dashboard. Then the underrated would be, just like I mentioned, that BT came and it talked about some soft skills that you have to, be bulletproofed on as a data analyst or a data professional. And those are the maybe your communication skill, your stakeholder engagement and stuff like that, and understanding the business knowledge, like having good domain knowledge. So those ones are part of the things I feel like, okay, communication is key, and it's not just about talking. Just like I mentioned, it's not only about talking, even listening is part of it. So those ones I feel like, okay, we don't really talk about them like that, but they are important.
Interesting. My entry level self, if I'm going to start, I would say calm down, right? Take it easy. Don't run faster than your shadow, because there's a whole lot in that roadmap that I mean, it's a marathon, it's not a sprint, right? So just take it easy and take it one step at a time. You'll get there, just a matter of time.
Well, what I would give my entry-level self is, like I said, know the why. The why is much more important than the how. Whatever you are learning, whatever tool, just know that most of the tools you are learning, they are all the same. Try to focus on building an analytical mindset, because I feel like that is one thing, or the most important thing for you to excel in the data space. Because once you have that analytical mindset, you can try with whatever tool you are learning. So whatever, if it's joins, whatever, just understand why. That way you'll be able to apply whatever knowledge you're learning in a particular tool to different data case scenarios. So yeah.
My entry level self, I would advise that even though we have been hearing that the data space is saturated, there is still going to be there are still opportunities. Okay, there are so many opportunities. So I should not really be freaked about those conversations about data space is saturated. But another thing is going to be that even though it is saturated and not saturated, I need to take chill pill to understand what the space is all about. Try to network and understand the space very well. And aside from understanding the space, know your craft very well, because it's going to make you, stand out among the crowd.
In data, people think that you're making money. I mean, this is like tech generally, but yeah, let me streamline the data. People think, you're in data, you're enjoying, you're making money, and all. But data, you can be working with 1 billion or 1 terabyte volume of data, and you don't even have. You're not even getting, let me put the amount. You're not even getting So it's not really about the money. People think, we are making a lot of money in data, but no. Begs to differ. Right, my other colleagues might think I'm lying, but yeah, for me, I don't think it's about. I don't think the money is there yet. I mean, yeah.
Misconception. Okay, they will call you tech bro, and they expect that anybody that is a tech bro should be living large. So when people see you or hear that you are a data professional, they tend to look at you with that high profile, that okay, this person is working in tech, and they expect you to have something loaded in your bank account. So it's one misconception. I know that over the time, or I would say that people that started data at maybe, let me say 2018, 2019, and they are lucky to be in a very good space, they can be boastful that, okay, yes, they are controlling good, huge amounts in their account. But now, just like I mentioned, the space is saturated, so the pay is not as people, expect it to be right now. Yeah.
It's plenty, because I really don't know. A lot of people are just trooping into the data field. What are people seeing? It's all these our big men. It's maybe they are misrepresented. They feel like there's money, and another thing. A lot of people feel we are just working with numbers. That's not true. That is not true. You need to know how to talk. You need to know how to communicate. You see, your brain, you have to reason, and your reasoning is beyond just numbers. You have to be able to see the problem in anything. And see, before you see company that will pay you 800K in this data field, that's all I have to say.
One more. I would rather choose to be silently rich and just get lost into space and just be making my money than to. I mean, who famous help? I mean, it's good to be famous, it's good to be the talk all the time, it's good to. But bro, at this point, I would rather just choose to be coded and be living the life. Thank you.
Please, who famous help? I don't understand. Is famous going to put? I don't know. Maybe Please, just let me just be anonymous and meeting the money. Thank you.
Famous, no. Anonymously wealthy.
If data tools were people, which one would I avoid? Man, Jesus, we have a lot of data tools here and there. And I think I would say Excel. I mean, people should not crucify me for this, but I mean, Excel is that guy that is like that bodybuilder that feels like because I'm bulky, I can do everything. I mean, and rightly so, but then Excel, I feel like Excel is just like it gives that I too know, I can do all things kind of thing. And well, I don't think it's true. I'm not an expert, but I think Excel will be that guy, right? Apologies to Microsoft and every other big fan of Excel. I'm also a fan.
Well, Excel. Fun fact: my brother's name is Excel. But yeah, I think I will avoid Excel. Excel is brilliant. Excel is very good, but I just feel like when you are scaling up, you need more than Excel. For more impactful projects, you need far more than Excel. So yeah, I'll pick others. Yeah.
I've been hearing people talk about Excel. I'm not going to slide Excel like that because Excel is good. Let me shift a bit and pick maybe Microsoft Access. Yes. It's a database tool too, so let me shift and pick Microsoft Access. Excel is my person.
I'm not a morning person. I'm more or less like a night owl because I'm someone that sometimes if I'm not sick, I sleep quite late, and I feel like I'm more productive when there's someone because I'm easily distracted. Like I think what do they call it? Is it neurodivergent or I don't want to put any medical terms in, but I'm easily distracted, right? And I know that during the day, a lot of things I can easily be distracted by noise and every activity happening around me. So I feel like I'm more productive at night when everywhere is quiet. So sometimes some of my tasks I tend to like roll them over into the night, so I'm able to focus, and especially when I'm trying to debug a particular problem, right? So I feel like I'm more of a night person, and it helps me to stay on top of my game.
More. I mean, I would say this. I'm not a morning person, that's what I know. If I'm a night person, I can't really say. I don't necessarily sleep on time, but how does it affect my work? Or more, if I'm to go to the office, I'm a pro late comer. I'm sorry, I take that with my full chest, but I try to be better. But when I'm working from home, I wake up when it's time for stand-up, and that's a period. I'm sorry, what am I doing earlier than that? Thank God my stand-up is by 10. Yeah, but yeah, that's how it affects my work.
I'm a morning person, so I wake up so early, so it's normal. I would pray very early in the morning too, and when I wake, I'm not going to sleep back until maybe at night. So that's why I sleep early too. So if I have task from the office that I need to maybe complete before the next day, I don't really used to enjoy that kind of tight corner that I'll not start working at night, maybe up to 11, 12. No, I don't like it.
Coffee, tea, or vibes? Coffee, sometimes tea. Well, except if we're not talking about beverage, I would say tea because there's a difference between tea and beverage. But yeah, I would say coffee, and sometimes I might just go with the vibes.
Coffee. Let me not do too much.
I prefer tea.
I'll say bold.
Favorable. I mean, my name.
2025. Let me just say amazing. Yeah.
My favorite episode in this season. I think it's that particular episode where Fatai Sani, where we talked about the climbing the data career ladder from junior to senior. I mean, every conversation, like every point the guest talked about, right? I don't want, for lack of time, I could go on and on to mention some of the things I learned, but yeah, that's like more like my favorite episode that kind of exposes me, and I believe also to our viewers, how you can easily transition from being an entry-level data person to being a very much senior person. And it's not just even about how long you spent in the data field. It's more about how your ownership, the responsibilities you've taken, how you're able to move things faster. Yeah, that's like more like it.
I have two favorite episodes, please permit me. First, I would say, I think climbing the data career ladder, and then episode 1. I think episode 1, it was thrilling. We just came in not knowing what to expect, and I feel like we killed it. Those two episodes, I can't remember I think it was episode 7, and it was quite very, very enlightful for me. I've been trying to, personally, I've been trying to, place myself in the data career ladder. So sometimes I'm not confident if am I still a junior, am I a mid-level? I was not so sure. And what do I need, to grow? So I think Fatai was able to give us concrete explanation, and yeah.
My favorite episode. So I want to be like, I don't want to pick one like that, but I think one of those episodes I found very interesting was the climbing the data ladder from junior to senior, when we invited Fatai. So it was just like when Fatai came, it was moving from the normal data talk that we've been having about the technical discussion to the real life, and the way Fatai addressed those those questions or the conversations we had, it was like, okay, we are in the game together. So, and the way Fatai pictured it was out of being a local champion to categorizing yourself as a global talent, not necessarily just being in Nigeria. So that was one fun thing I enjoyed. Another part would be the one that we brought in Babatunde, where they talked about those soft skills that we need to have as a data professional, like moving away from just your SQL or your Python knowledge and going into the other skills that are very important.
Hi guys, welcome to our very first episode. Welcome back to another episode. Welcome back to another episode.
Finally, we're here.
We're here.
As she said, my name is Samuel. I'm just an intern.
Drum rolls. Welcome, Babatunde Adebayo. Welcome our guest, Fatai Sani. Samuel, how are you?
Very well, thank you. It's a pleasure to be
Yeah,
here.
it's
English just stop the show right now. I'm like, okay, what are you talking about?
No,
Is it
what
me?
is you, please?
Data is not. It's like every other thing. If you apply yourself, you fly.
One of those good things about data professionals as a whole is you get to use your skill to act life, so to speak.
Not just the data space alone. Graphic designer, you can just go on ChatGPT now and tell it to design obituary, and it is.
Why did you say obituary? I don't understand.
Yes.
There are things that AI would give you, and you will tell it that you sure.
Hallucination.
know, yes,
I think it's a disservice to yourself. You don't know how to communicate yourself. If you don't know how to put yourself out.
You ask the right question when we are doing requirement gathering. Can you be an active listener?
So ask one controversial question now.
Okay, let me run away.
There are some guys that they don't really need dashboard.
Depending on the company you're going to work, data maturity might just be Google Sheet. Different sheet in a Google workbook.
It's built on first principles. Everything is built on first
Right,
principles. They always say, if you want a new idea, go and look at an old book.
Yes.
For AI to get better, it needs to learn from more data sources.
Yeah.
It needs to learn from local data sources.
Just me in the company, actually. The founder, the co-founder, and myself.
Wow.
Best way to grow from a junior to a senior is maybe to work in a startup.
Patience should be a soft skill. Because you can lose your cool.
How do you guys actually know that things that AI do?
I'm very, very sure it is AI. Alone. I'm sure.
I think AI will take some of our jobs.
Calm down, calm down. It's generative AI that's like the star kid on the block,
Right.
and that's the reason why everybody is worried. We are afraid that it's going to replace us as high-skilled workers, but I would say in the long run, we'd still have high-skilled workers. That's
Quote is quote.
Advertising kind of code.
Yeah,
Off
quote
mic.
unquote. Make sure you're using AI
that's
smartly.
important.
Or technical skill will get you the job, but the soft skill will keep the job. By Babatunde
Like they used to say
Adebayo.
that
If somebody is training you, ask why. If they don't have time to tell you why, pen it down, go and look for why.
We've come to the end of our very first episode. We've come to the end of the episode. We've come to the end of this episode. Look forward to more of our episode coming